You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 16 of the Batter Heat Fans Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Gunn, and alongside me, as always, Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
Well, this is a bittersweet podcast for us because obviously the Heat lost last night. But hey, man, I'm ready to go. I'm hyped up. I got my Kendall Golf League Masters tournament this weekend, so we're at the house. We were playing some ball last night, watching the game with the boys, and yeah, Danny, just tough game last night for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, I think the importance of Bam Adebayo has never shown itself as much as it has last night. Because you knew missing your best defender and the best defender in the world. I say that with my chest. He is the best defender in the world. Losing him, and then playing against somebody like Karl Anthony Towns, you could see it's like that first half was a disaster because that guy was just cooking everyone. And
31 points.
If Bam is there, he doesn't do half of that. So the deficiencies are there, and then just the fact that we've seen it right against the Cavs. Jared Allen putting up a 30 spot against the Heat. Jared Allen, I'm telling you, I've watched Jared Allen a lot. He's not that guy. He's not putting up 30 on most teams. And then the rebounding, and you know what? It wasn't an elephant in the room, but it is now being like the topic, right? In the post game, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's saying that they're accountable. And it seems like it's going to be the focus on Monday when they play against the Knicks again. So I think Bam, even though you look at his rebounding numbers, they're not crazy, but he boxes out. If he's not getting the rebound, he's boxing out the best rebounder and helping in that aspect.
Yeah, it's another big body, right? And right now, the Heat are missing big bodies. The only big bodies you have on the team are Kel'el Ware, Nikola Jovic, if you can classify him as a big body. And then you have Kashad Johnson, which, yeah, he's got a big body, but he's not as tall. And you saw that last night in the game when Kashad got some minutes. Unfortunately for the Heat, they were being out-rebounded severely. And look, it's more so on the offensive glass, right, Danny? Because we're giving the other teams a lot of second chance, third chance, fourth chance opportunities sometimes last night. And that's when they're hitting the dagger, unfortunately. And the Heat really need to clean it up on the glass.
And when you have a scrub like Landry Shamet on fire, you can't give them extra possessions. Because if they're shooting lights out, then you got to take advantage of the few misses that they're having. So if you're giving them an extra possession on top of them having the game of their lives, like Landry Shamet was, I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure because, again, they're on fire. You got to secure those misses. And you know what I think? I love the pace. I absolutely love the pace. It's been fun as hell to watch the first 13 games. But I think that they're getting so into, like, let's get into the offense. They're leaking out early. Like, shot goes up. Let me run to the other side because let's get this shot up quick. You have to secure the rebound before you can start running over to play in the on the offensive end. So I think that's another issue that they've been seeing recently.
I agree, and not only Danny, but one of the other downfalls of this high, fast-paced offense is that when we get out on the break so quickly, we turn the ball over a lot of times because we're trying to get it down court as fast as possible, and the other team is intercepting. And I saw it at least 2, 3, 4 times last night that this happened. And that leads to second chance fast break opportunities for the other team. Points off turnovers would have hurt Miami. Last night, Miami only had 11 turnovers, which is not terrible. That's actually very, very good. But those 11 turnovers led to points off of fast breaks for the Knicks. So they really got to clean up that side of the game. But I think the elephant in the room, like you said, is the defensive boards and not allowing the other team those second chance opportunity, which has been really the Achilles heel of this team so far this season.
If you score 132 points, you should win, especially a team coached by Eric Spoelstra. And look, Norman Powell did his part. Norman Powell had 38 points.
He did his part. I got him on the over, baby. I bet Norman Powell, and then I bet the game on the over and a parlay, and I won that. And I knew he was going to get 23.5 points. I knew that.
Well, and you know what? 7-6 is the record right now. We lucked out on that Cavs win, but that's why we felt so good, right? You have the miracle win, and you feel great. Almost like house money. You went into that Cavs game, you should have won because they were undermanned. You lose that game. You're like, okay, It's okay. We won the real one, the first one when they were at full strength. But now you play against the Knicks, against Jalen Brunson. I felt like the NBA gods have kind of laid it out on a platter for you. It's like, here, look, you have the Cavs undermanned, and now you have the Knicks missing their best player, Jalen Brunson, for 2 games in a row. They basically said, go ahead. You said you wanted to go 10-10. Here, get your 10 wins in the first 15 games. And they said, no, thank you. And I think that's the most frustrating part. The fact that you should have beat the Cavs because they were undermanned. And now you have the Knicks. And I understand Mitchell Robinson didn't play that first Knicks game that we beat them here in Miami. And I think that was a big miss for them because Mitchell Robinson is far and away one of the best rebounders, especially offensive rebounders in the league. But you can't miss these opportunities. If they're missing Jalen Brunson, you got to take advantage. But then it goes back to Nikola Jovic. Where's he at?
Yeah, but the biggest story, Danny, was the Knicks. They had 2 players, one in each half, that just were on fire, right? Cat was on fire, 31 points in that first half. And then Landry Shamet, the guy who we just can't stand.
36 points for Landry Shamet.
He's ugly, man. He's an ugly guy. I don't like to take shots at people like that, but wow, he's got an ugly mug. And he kind of looks like that pug from Men in Black.
I've also watched Landry Shamet a bit. I can't stand the guy.
But yeah, that's a story, right? You had 2 guys literally on fire, both sides of the game, and the Heat didn't get that. The Heat got 38 from Norman Powell. They got a good game from Jaime Jaquez Jr., but the rest of the supporting cast, especially the bench, which the Heat rely heavily on to upstart the game, to kind of give them that lightning flash in the minutes that they have, they just didn't produce the way that they have produced in the first few games. So those are the 2 biggest stories that we can take away from this game.
Nikola Jovic is, I don't know where that guy is. He's nowhere to be found. He's just and I think that the more the conversation and the attention turns to him, like it has been in the media recently, especially on social media and things like that, he's feeding into it, right? We've now it's been clear, right? They said that he gets down on himself. We now know that. And it's starting to show. He only played 13 minutes yesterday. Then you had Keyshawn Johnson come in for him, and he only got 2 minutes because, I don't want to trash Keyshawn Johnson.
He couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything.
No, he can't. I think it's apparent we need Bam Adebayo, and
we need another big man. We need another big man.
But where are they? Who is it? No, I don't know who's available.
And the Heat are waiting apparently until December 13th when they have the opportunity to add somebody to the roster without it affecting their correct.
Well, and then the conversation over the last couple of days or last week about John Morant. Oh, we should get John Morant. We're scoring over 130 points a game. John Morant's not helping you defensively or get the rebounds. I think the biggest deficiency here is the rebounding. Like we don't need
Anthony Davis. You see the Anthony Davis rumors?
Would you really want Anthony Davis?
No. But I'm just saying that's a big man, and apparently the trade rumor or what Yahoo put out there. I think it was Yahoo Sports. What they put out there was apparently Anthony Davis and somebody else who I just really wouldn't want on this team for Tyler Hero, Rozier, and a first-round pick. But it looks to be like that's the trade package that the Heat are willing to send out. It's that Hero, Rozier, and a first-round pick because Rozier is expiring. So it goes to show you how much the Heat have shown that they're willing to turn the keys over to Norman Powell so early into the season, and it shows the trust that they're putting in him. And it also goes to show the leadership, right? The leadership that Norman Powell is having on this team. You see him play after play addressing Khalil Ware, right? And kind of pushing him and trying to get him into the game. And look, Khalil, little by little, is getting in there. Unfortunately, last night he got toasted on the defensive end, especially in the first half. But I liked his second half. It looked like he was being more active. It looked like he was, getting a few more boards. But Danny, you say it best when you said it. And this team needs Bam Adebayo. I mean, you need the best defender in the world, like you say.
And Tyler Hero would also be nice because even though everybody talks about his scoring and his shooting, he's a great rebounder at the guard position. He'll crash the boards. And at this point, we need anybody that could possibly get a rebound because it's been that bad. So I think Tyler Hero coming onto this team would probably help in that aspect, right? And we don't need this. I mean, obviously we need the scoring, right? That'd be great. But the rebounding that he brings also, like after the game, I heard Norman Powell saying, I could have gotten more boards. I should have got more boards. Jaime, post game, I should have got more boards. I could have got more boards. Udonis has them on the post game. Hey, I just called Khalil Ware. I said, hey, you got to watch the film. You got to see what Mitch Robinson did, how he positioned himself. And Khalil Ware apparently replied, it's not going to happen again. Well, we got the same team on Monday. Let's see how this team responds, because I felt like everybody after the game was talking about the rebounding. So I love, this is what I love about the Heat. Spoelstra said, this is the problem. I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. Me and the staff, we're going to do what we got to do, and we're going to fix it. That was what he said. And I don't doubt him. I don't doubt Spo, but we got to see it. And we have the perfect chance because we got the Knicks again on Monday.
And the good thing is it's at home, right? So these guys are getting back there. They'll sleep in their own beds. They'll be ready to go come Monday. Big game. I know unfortunately, it's not for the NBA Cup. So, the Heat are 1-1 in the NBA Cup. But look, Danny, you said it. The Heat have an opportunity to win this game on Monday, get their record closer to that 10-10, that magical 10-10 that we've been talking about so much for the start of the season. And I think that they're able to score more than this team. I think they just have to do a better job defensively and a better job of not allowing them to allow their volume scorers to get those runs that they had in each half. So, look, if you put a gun to my head right now, I'd say that the Heat are going to win on Monday. I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, but look, man, I'm going to bet on the Heat on Monday. I'm betting the Heat on Monday.
I'm with you. Listening to Spo after the game, how he said, we're going to address this. This is the issue. We know that this is the issue, and we're going to address it. I have no doubt that on Monday, they're going to come out, and they're all you're going to see 7 people. Even though there's only 5 on the court, it's going to look like 7 people crashing the boards. That's what I'm expecting to see on Monday night. And then we have Golden State, Chicago, Philly, and Dallas coming up after that. We need Bam and Tyler back. Now, I know I saw Tyler shooting around. I saw Bam doesn't have his boot on anymore. Hopefully he's back on Monday, because if he's back on Monday, it'll make a world of difference. And then I'll double down with you on I think we'll win on Monday. But tough loss. We're 7-6. We should be 9-4 at this point. But the 2 rough losses. But you know what? Still early in the season, 10-10 still on the table, and we're still missing our 2 best players. So still feeling pretty confident in what we've seen so far this season.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And let the fans know, definitely check out batterfans.com. Get all your Heat merch. They got some really good T-shirts. And if you're getting out to the Heat games, you're definitely going to want to wear some T-shirts and stylish.
For sure.
Batterfans.com. That's what I'm saying, man. I have them. I have them at home. I wear them to the Heat games, and I just want other people to know that the shop is out there and that they can get their merch too.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, but I just want to shout out one more person, Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell, 11 points, 11 assists, and again, just 1 turnover. Davion Mitchell is quietly having such a good season, right? We talk a lot about Norman Powell. We talk about how Andrew Wiggins has been playing better than we expected, right? The X factor. We talk about how bad Jovic has played, how well Jaime has played. And then every once in a while, we'll throw in Davion Mitchell's name in there, but he doesn't get talked about enough. Before we close it out, I want to make sure I bring up Davion Mitchell, because he's been doing such a good job distributing the ball, 2 for 4 from 3. And again, only 1 turnover. Like you said, in this high pace, it's easy to turn the ball over a lot, but he's been doing a great job protecting it. So shout out Davion Mitchell. He's having one hell of a year so far. Final word, Solana.
That's my son's favorite players. Shout out to Davion. Love him.
I love that he wears number 45.
He's a bulldog, bro. Yeah, he is a bulldog. I love him. He would match up against anybody on that Knicks team. I saw him trying to cover Karl Anthony Towns, and he got a foot on him, but he didn't care, man. He was just getting his body up and in there, and I love that, man. I love that.
At the game on Wednesday, I saw 2 people wearing Davion Mitchell jerseys. I was like, very cool. I really like that. If you're listening on audio, please leave us a comment and 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And we'll be back on Tuesday morning talking about the hopefully Knicks win, right? We got to beat the Knicks on Monday and get like 1 million offensive rebounds. So until the next one, have a good one.